Hey everyone, this video is a summary of LOA On which took place yesterday. If you don't know what LOA On is, it is a live event where Smilegate talks about the future roadmap and provides sneak peek to the future content of Lost Ark Korea. Note that this is strictly for Lost Ark Korea, and so I have no idea when it will come to the West. So, let's get right into it. So prior to the roadmap, Smilegate talked about the current ongoing issues with the game. So Smilegate acknowledged that the balance patch for 2022 wasn't the best. They finalized that they will perform balance patches every 4 to 5 months, the next one being on January. Next, they talked about the gold inflation issue. They stated that the gold generation is currently way higher than the gold expenditure, and this is the main cause of inflation. So according to their data, Valtenhard and Vikeshard makes up for 35.1% of the total gold generated. This probably means they'll nerf the gold gain for these two legion rates, but I'm not sure. They didn't give any concrete solutions as of yet. They did specifically say that they will make adjustments though. Another form of vertical progression is to be introduced as well, to increase the gold sink. Next, they talked about the multiple account issues. According to their data, only 6.8% of the players operate more than 2 accounts at once. And these accounts only generate 2.57% of the total gold generated. So what they're telling us is that multiple accounts is actually not a big deal in terms of gold inflation. Player growth was the next topic on hand, and that they plan to expand it to 1460. This probably means honing rates and honing discounts. They also talked about improving material drops, so I assume this means more relic material drops up until Brelshaza. They also talked about Mokoko buff being applied all the way onto Vikeshard, as well as Procyan's Blessing being applied onto Gate 4 of Brelshaza normal. Alongside that, they plan to introduce new card sets that new players can utilize before they can transition into the later card sets, such as Light of Salvation. Now, I'll be going through all the contents that are expected to come to Korea. Note that these are not finalized and can be subject to changes. The female Berserker, or officially known as Slayer, is the next class in store. Her keywords being crisp and explosive combat, along with dynamic playstyle depending on build. She is coming to Korea on the 18th of January, just about a month away. I'll link the trailer in the description below. Next up, Soul Eater, the 4th assassin class, is to arrive on 2023. She uses a giant scythe and exploits enemy souls. There's no concrete detail, nor release date as of yet. They also announced Male Scrapper, but no details were provided. Voldis, the land of sage and alchemy, is a new upcoming continent, which is to the east of Yorn. It is to be the turning point of the main story. A new Abyss dungeon, the Chaos Ivory Tower, is coming with Voldis, and it unlocks a new vertical progression dubbed as Alchemy. Dungeon-specific battle items are also to be introduced for this content. The Alchemy System is a new upcoming vertical progression. Additional effects can be imbued on armors. They'll probably release more specifics in the future. The Light of Destiny is the next chapter in the main story, where the secrets and the whereabouts of the lost Ark will be revealed. There's another upcoming continent called Kurzan, which is a volcanic continent to the east of Ardenthine, inhabited by exiled Delanes. Story will include a great final war that decides the fate of Arkesia, and it will include cinematic dungeons as well. Brelshaza and Hanumatan Inferno modes are to arrive. Brelshaza Inferno mode will be made up of 2 gates only, these gates being Gate 5 and 6. Gargadith is the next Guardian raid to come out. There are no concrete details such as item level requirement as of yet. It will arrive alongside Voldis, and the trailer video is in the link below. After Gargadith, Veskal is to be released. Again, there are no concrete details. And of course, the final Legion raid, Thaemine. In the director's words, It will induce despair. There will be a total of 4 gates. All Sidereals, including Kadan, is to appear in the raid. Kazeros Raid will be the new endgame content after the final Legion raid. It is to be different from the current Legion raid system and to be bigger in terms of scale. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I guess we'll find out. A graphic overhaul is in the works, which will provide overall better lighting and reflection effects. There's a sample video in the link below. Support MVP Rework. A new MVP category will be included, called Offense Assistance. This takes account of attack buffs and damage amplifications, such as Stigma. Hardy Defense category will also now include damage reduction effects. Quality of life improvements. Now extra loot can be opened after clearing the raid, in case you forget. Additional card filter options will be included for ease of access. Color coding for bracelets effects, to be able to see everything in one glance. Lots of materials will be moved to the Material tab to increase inventory space. You'll be able to quickly move your items from your inventory to the storage with the click of a button. The Fairy Selection UI will receive a revamp, and the duration itself will be shortened to 10 seconds. The third legendary skin is in the works, with the theme being Eternity. New movement effect skins are to be introduced. Sample videos in the link below. The affection stage for Nineveh and Thirain will be unlocked. There are more episodes being added to the Music Box of Memories. This is an existing horizontal content in Korea. A new music composition system is to be introduced. Players will be able to compose music using the in-game UI and sound assets. Additional Stronghold updates will be coming as well. First, there will be an environment change system, which will allow players to switch up the seasons within the Stronghold. Furnitures will be added to the Pet Cookie Exchange shop. There will be a guest book feature to allow visitors to leave behind text and stickers. And of course, more trophies will be added. Primal Island is a special adventure island with a survival concept. It seems like a special custom game mode, and a trailer is in the link below. The new MOBA mode being introduced, being a 4v4 format with 2 lanes. Again, I'll link the trailer below. Abyssal Loop seems like a mashup of various content. It seems like you can have Argos on Valton's Arena. I'm not exactly sure, but it's probably like a fun mode. The third awakening is planned for each and every class. It can only be used once per battle after a specific condition is met. The sample in-game video is in the link below. The new Hyper Express Plus will support character growth up until 1490. Engraving Express will be included, which will allow players to use up to 4 engravings for the express duration. A new Ark Pass is coming as well, with Mokoko Kindergarten being the theme. And last but not least, 2 new hairstyles will be introduced for both male and female characters respectively. In the remaining portion of December, Korea will be getting Freya Island, which is a new event island. On top of that, we'll be getting the new growth update, as well as Hyper Express Plus. And of course, some quality of life improvements, Ark Pass, and a new movement effect skin. In January, we'll be getting the Slayer, class rebalance, as well as the MVP revamp. In February, the new continent Voldis will be arriving, with the new Chaos Dungeon as well. The main story will be expanded, alongside a new vertical progression system. And of course, Gargadith, the new Guardian Raid, will be making its appearance. And finally on March, we'll be getting the Primal Island, Affection for Nineveh and Thirain, Stronghold update, as well as Brelshaza Inferno mode. Well, that was a quick and dirty summary of LOA Winter. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.